The Jake Asman Show will begin shortly. Thanks to all these great Patreon members who help support the show. Get your SuperChats ready. Jake will be here in just a moment. If you love the New York Jets, this is the place to be. And now, the Jake Asman Show.
Is there any reason to still think the Jets can resurrect their season? Maybe, maybe not. But I do have some reasons I can present. We'll talk about that and much more. It's the Jake Asman Show. Let's hit it and get it started. Man, our Jets are primed for a historic season. Joe, I am not messing with you with what I'm about to say. Adam Schefter is reporting the Jets have just fired Robert Saleh.
Wow!
We bleed Jets green each and every day. This is not the same old Jets. We have Aaron freaking Rodgers. We have Garrett Wilson. Let's go. We have Breece Hall. Please subscribe and hit the like button below. Super Chats, baby. Cut the line. We have Sauce Gardner. We have Quinnen Williams. The Jets bandwagon is loaded. Now it's time to talk all things New York Jets. It's the Jake Asman Show. Here we go, Jet fans. Welcome in, everybody. Quick reminder. By now you know, but I'll say it one last time. We have our watch party at T-Squared Social for the Jets-Patriots game tomorrow afternoon. I'll be there at noon. Kickoff is at 1. You can watch the game with me, and special guest Joe Beningo will be in the house. Plus, Joe will join us Monday morning at 10 a.m. to react to whatever happens in this Jets-Patriots game. Free event. All you need to do to attend is sign up by clicking the RSVP link I have posted in the description for this video. Now, as far as the YouTube postgame show goes, it will not be, unfortunately, immediately after the game. However, if you want to hear my thoughts immediately after the Jets game tomorrow, you can put on the radio or download the ESPN New York app and listen to me from 4 p.m. until 8 p.m. I'll be hosting the Jake Asman Show on ESPN New York, and I will be live as the Jet game goes final, give you my initial thoughts, then take plenty of calls. So for those of you who want my immediate thoughts on the Jets, get to the radio, download the ESPN New York app. You can hear me for 4 hours tomorrow. We'll talk plenty about the Yankees and the World Series. I'm still disgusted about what happened last night. But just note, we'll do a YouTube postgame show once I get off the radio. So for those of you wondering, where's the YouTube postgame show? It will be after I get done with 4 hours of radio after hosting this watch party starting at noon. So busy day for me tomorrow. Looking forward to meeting a bunch of you. And obviously, I'll hear from a lot of you, either on the radio or on YouTube after the fact. But last chance to RSVP if you can make it to our T-Squared Social watch party. Take the train in if you're coming. Easy to do it, right next to Grand Central. So come on down and have a good afternoon. Win or lose, we always have fun at T-Squared Social. Look, here's the bottom line. Tomorrow's a must-win for the Jets. We understand this. You could argue that last week against Pittsburgh was a must-win. You look at where the Jets are right now, they are completely out of wiggle room. There's 10 games to go, though. So I don't want to sit here and, just say automatically right now season's over. Do I have a lot of confidence in the Jets making something of their season? No, not based on what we've seen. But you know what? The last 4 years, there has been a team in the NFL that started 2-5 and made the playoffs. I'm not saying the Jets are that team to do it, but until they get that 6th loss, and really that 7th loss, but if they get that 6th loss tomorrow, what are we talking about? Oh, you can't beat New England. There's nothing to say about this team. But until they're actually out of it, I'm rooting for wins. This team is still too talented to sit here and say, yep, it's over. There's 0% chance they could go on a run. Is it likely? No, it's not likely. Have you watched this team? But I'd imagine the teams that were 2-5 the last 4 years, we weren't exactly saying, yep, that team's primed to go on a run. And the Packers were the example of this last year. Jordan Love stinks. Matt LaFleur doesn't know what he's doing. And then they rattled off all these wins in a row. And they went out there and they actually put themselves in a position where they were very close to being in the NFC title game a year ago. So the first reason for hope, if I'm going to list it, is just statistics. In each of the last 4 years, the team that started 2-5 made the playoffs. Packers last year, Jaguars in 2022, Eagles in 2021, Washington in 2020. In fact, if you go back a little further, 5 of the last 6 seasons in the NFL, there's been a 2-5 team that has made the postseason. Reason number 2, the schedule for the Jets is not very difficult. Now, the Jets can lose to anyone. We've seen that. But if you do look at the start to their season, they lost to the San Francisco 49ers, who were healthy at the time the Jets played them, minus McCaffrey, and they were in the Super Bowl last year. They obviously lost to a Denver Broncos team that I still don't think is great, but maybe they're a little better than we thought. They'd obviously be in the playoffs right now if the season were to end today. They lost to a Vikings team that started 5-0 and has a really good roster around a quarterback who I still think is playing above his skis a bit, but give credit to that team. They're good. They lost to a Bills team that's won the division the last 4 years and has maybe the co-favorite, top 3 favorite for sure, to win the MVP. And they lost to a Steelers team that is really well coached, has a winning season every year in their building. Now, no one should excuse the Jets for these losses. If they just had one more win right now, there would be way more hope for this team. You'd be, looking at it like, hey, for 3-4, we win tomorrow. We're 4-4 with 3 games coming up. Can we go 2-1 in that stretch and be 6-5 at the bye? Well, now you basically, I feel like, have to win the next 4 in a row into your bye. But my point is, there's been some games where the Jets are just a play or 2 away from winning it. Can it click tomorrow? I mean, they're out of wiggle room. It has to. But that's why it's like, okay, well, I don't see it because this team hasn't given you any reason to see it. The other teams the last 4 years that were 2-5, there weren't reasons to point to those teams turning it around. 2 other, reasons I was able to come up with here. You've added 2 all-pro level players to both sides of the ball the last 2 games. Now, it hasn't paid off just yet, right? Last week, they lose in Devontae's debut with the Jets. But tomorrow, I expect a big game from Davante Adams. I expect him to help lead this offense, especially with Allen Lazard unlikely to play. He's doubtful. Glad they kept Mike Williams. He'll start in 3 wide receiver sets with Garrett Wilson and Davante. But you've added an all-pro level wide receiver who in theory should be way better tomorrow now that he's acclimated to this offense again and this quarterback he knows. And obviously, I don't know what to expect from Hassan Reddick, but he's better than what they currently have at defensive end. I'd imagine he's already better than what we've seen from Michael Clemens, who for some reason continues to play way too many snaps. So you have added talent to your team. It's another reason for hope. Is it too little too late? I personally think it probably is, right? You're 2-5. But hey, better to have these guys now than not have them at all. You're a better team with Hassan Reddick. You're a better team, of course, with Davante Adams. So maybe it leads to a win tomorrow, and then maybe it clicks against a Houston team that is not as good as the record says. These are reasons for hope. These are things I'm giving you that I don't know if I truly believe right now because we haven't seen it. But for the optimistic Jet fan, here's why we watch, because we don't know. It's still sports. There's still that great unknown. And then the final reason I came up with, Jeff Ulbrich, in theory, will get better as a head coach with more time to get acclimated to the role. He was thrown into the fire. First game's against a division opponent on Monday Night Football. Then you turn around and you're facing Mike Tomlin, who's one of the best coaches in the league, and the Steelers in their building in primetime. Like, this is truly the first, normal week Jeff Ulbrich has had. And maybe he's able to get more settled into the responsibilities of being a coach. Maybe he's better equipped to delegate things this week than he has been. This was a true normal week, right? You're not playing in prime time. It's not a short week. You got done Sunday night with the game, and you're playing a traditional 1 p.m. kickoff on Sunday. Maybe he'll be better because of that. And then this is not really a reason, but just a thought I've had. Sometimes in sports, cursed franchises or teams that haven't won in forever, they got to do it in the most epic way if they're ever going to win. I go back to Cleveland being down 3-1 in the NBA Finals against the 73-win Warriors. They hadn't won a championship since the 1940s in that sports town. And they needed this epic comeback to finally get over the hump and win a title in that city. You go back to the Cubs in 2016, hadn't won a World Series in 108 years. Needed to come back down 3-1 and come back in an epic Game 7 to finally break their curse, their playoff drought. I'm a Yankee fan. We all know what happened in 04 with the Red Sox. Like, sometimes it feels like if you're one of those cursed teams, you need to overcome it in the most epic way possible. And I'm not even talking about the Jets winning a championship. I'm just saying being a playoff team, because this drought, I think, hovers over the franchise of not even being in the playoffs. 2010 is a long time ago. 14 seasons and counting if they can't get it done this year. So maybe this 2-5 start and then rattling off a bunch of wins is what they need for this kind of epic, holy crap, we overcame the adversity and broke this playoff drought. Not really a reason, just more of a thought I've had when you talk about overcoming great adversity if you're one of those franchises that has it. So, once again, Jets haven't given you any reason where you could sit there and say, all right, I see the path, but it's got to start somewhere. And there's nothing to talk about if they can't win tomorrow. Nothing at all. You know, you're playing a Patriots team that is in complete turmoil. I know Drake May's given them a bit of a spark, but he really hasn't if you listen to people who cover the team. They're still not any good. There's talk of dysfunction in the locker room there. You got players calling one another out for airing out, quote-unquote, dirty laundry with trade requests and guys being unhappy. You got Gerard Mayo calling his own team soft and then clarifying it, saying their play is soft. Not like it just feels like this is the get-right game for the Jets. They've lost – New England's lost 6 in a row. If you can't beat them, there's nothing to say. That's the bottom line. So while I'm not going to sit here and celebrate a Jet win tomorrow, I will enjoy it. Win the game. And look, I don't care if they win, 3-2. You take the win, you move on. Better to win ugly than lose pretty, but if they win an ugly game, you're not going to feel great. If the Jets can go out there and get right against this team, build some confidence, get Devontae going in this offense. Maybe Reddick makes a couple plays. Maybe Garrett Wilson has a nice game to get his confidence going again. You can start to be like, okay, now let's see it against Houston, but at least you go into that game feeling a little more confident in your chances against the Texans team. That's good, but they're not great. They're not as good as the record. C.J. Stroud had 86 passing yards last week against Green Bay. They got real problems with that offense. That offensive line is banged up. They haven't been great. Texans fans are very upset, my understanding, with Bobby Slowick, their OC, who's going to be a head coaching candidate, many think. So, look, you don't want to look ahead. Jets need to win tomorrow, but that game is not, impossible on Thursday. You're at home. It's a short week that favors the home team. You already played great on Thursday Night Football earlier this year in that building. So, you win tomorrow. We can talk about Thursday. Nothing matters, though, unless you win tomorrow. And if they could do it and look good doing it, you build up some confidence. Hopefully they give us a lot of touchdowns to celebrate at our watch party tomorrow. Looking forward to that. All right. If you're coming, make sure you RSVP once again if you're tuning in late to the show. Hit that like button if you're just getting in the program. If you want to subscribe to the channel and help me out, I'd appreciate it. Big shout out to the Asmaniacs. We just hit 39,700 subscribers, so we're 300 away from 40,000. If you could click that subscribe button, it will go a long way towards the channel continuing to grow. We're presented today by Underdog Fantasy. New customers can deposit right now and get up to $1,000 in bonus cash. Every week I put together an Underdog pick'em entry for the Jet matchup on Sunday or whenever they're playing. Here's this week's entry. You ready? Let's break it down. Drake May, higher than 0.5 interceptions. I just have a feeling with Reed back, Carter back, Reddick improving this pass rush potentially, I could see a batted ball in the air and someone on the Jets coming up with a May interception. This is just a gut feel I have. Breece Hall, higher than 1 rush plus receiving touchdown. I don't know how, but he'll find the end zone tomorrow against this Patriots team. And then the last one I have is Devontae, higher than 62.5 receiving yards. This was a $25 entry at Underdog to win $132. So if you want to follow along, if you want to tail my picks, or you want to make your own, download that Underdog app and use promo code Asman if you haven't signed up. If you already are an Underdog customer, check out the live chat. I just posted the link where you can actually get these exact picks right to your app or website if you just click on it. It will enter it all for you, and you can pick how much money you want to put in. So check it out. Shout out to Underdog for being a part of our show. If you haven't downloaded the Underdog app, try it. You'll really like it. There's something for everyone. Comments, questions, super chats. We'll cut the line. The Gusbuster hotline link I will post shortly for those who want to call into the show. I'd be remiss, though. I'm wearing a Billy's t-shirt. So I went out to Billy's last night for their watch party they did for Game 1 of the World Series. And I showed up a little late thinking, all right, I'll still be able to get in. Like, the game hadn't started yet. And the line to get in was out of control. Thankfully, the owner of Billy's is an Asmaniac. So I want to give a huge shout out on the air to Joey, who was able to get me and the person I was with into Billy's last night and not have to wait on the insane line. So Asmaniacs are everywhere, including at Billy's. So thank you to Joey and everyone at Billy's last night for an awesome experience, besides Aaron Boone deciding to go to Nestor Cortez after not pitching for 37 days and have him try and get out Freddie Freeman. God. Anyway, I digress. Win tonight and get the split. We need Carlos Rodon to give us a little AJ Burnett 09 Game 2. Jetted out with a super chat. Got to at least win out before the bye, before I consider any playoff chances, but it's difficult with Rodgers not being able to move, taking it week to week. And that's all you could really do, is go week to week right now. And I'll say it, if the Jets could get some sort of lead tomorrow, get Rodgers out of the game. Don't let him take any unnecessary hits. You need him healthy for Thursday. Houston's got Will Anderson. They got Danielle Hunter. I mean, look, can't worry about Thursday till you win tomorrow, but hopefully Aaron can stay healthy. That's all I'm going to say. Bo with a super chat. Thank you, Bo. Reddick owes us 3 sacks a game at least until we're above 500. Then we'll say hello, and only then. Look, if Reddick could go out there and just play well, you'll take it. I think it is so tone deaf that the New York Jets continue to post Hassan Reddick all over social media. Even today they had a post. Like Hassan Reddick, like getting on the plane, being like, Hassan's first road trip with the Jets. No one wants that reminder that he hasn't been here. If they were 5-2 and added Hassan Reddick, it'd be different. We'd let bygones be bygones. But read the room, Jets. You're 2-5. You're 2-5. Like, come on, man. Coop's in the house. It's hard being optimistic about this team, even if we win against the Patriots. They haven't beaten a legit team. No doubt. And look, I looked at the Jets schedule. Over the next 10 games, the Jets right now only face 3 teams that currently have a winning record. One of them is next Thursday against Houston. One of them is against the Buffalo Bills. And one of them is against Seattle on December 1st. You're at home for that one. I mean, that's it. It's very frustrating. J8 Silent Bomb. Hello, Jake Asman. I am a Jake Asman fan. Well, we appreciate that. Thank you. Oscar says, Jake, are we the only game on tomorrow? In what regard? Jets are playing at 1, so they're going to be buried in the early window with all the other games. Comments, questions, super chats. We'll cut the line. Gusbuster Umbrella Hotline is open. Let's say hello to Petey, who's first up today. What's up, Petey?
Yo, Jake, you can hear me?
I hear you, Petey. Yes, sir.
Yeah, been a long week, man. We need a win tomorrow. Just, I feel like this week with that loss was just awful. Just the whole thing with the tickets this week.
Mm-hmm.
We need a win, man. I don't know if that's going to brighten me up, man. I've been same old Jet mentality lately, Jake. Snap me out of it, please.
I can't, man. That's how I feel, too. I'm just, I want to make it clear for those tuning in. I'm not saying any of these reasons I gave for how they could turn it around are going to happen. I'm just saying until they're actually eliminated, here's where you could point to say, all right, let's see it. But it's tough right now, Petey. I mean, if they win tomorrow, that does nothing for me, even if they look good. Like, the real test is Thursday. How do you handle a little prosperity, right? First things first, you got to stop the bleeding, though, and then don't treat it like you won the Super Bowl. Go out there, you handled business great. Now go handle business again against Houston and give yourself 9 days off to then get ready for 2 winnable games before the bye week And if you actually could get to 6-5 at the bye, you got yourself a season.
Enjoy your party tomorrow, Jake.
Petey, let's hope it's an actual party and not a not a morgue. Imagine Beningo there if the Jets are losing to the Pats. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Ladies and gentlemen, click the like button if you're just tuning in. And if you haven't subscribed yet to the channel, please do so as well. Let's say hello right now to Sonny on Long Island, who's next. Hey, Sonny.
Hey, Jake. How are you, man?
What's up, Sonny?
Not too much. Still pretty sick from that Yankee game last night.
Me too, man. I
woke
up
today. I saw Nestor Cortez coming in, I'm like, what the hell's going on here? and sure enough, he gives up that crippling it was a grand slam, right?
Yeah, he shouldn't have been in the game. And you know what? There were so many other things that bothered me about last night. Taking Cole out with 88 pitches when he's your ace and just overtaxing the bullpen, overexposing the bullpen. Like, what? This is why you have Garrett Cole. He's on it. You got to win that game. You let him pitch until he says he can't pitch anymore.
Absolutely.
That to me was terrible. And then the other thing that really bothered me too, Sonny, well, a couple things bothered me. The defense by the Yankees last night. Soto misplaying that Freeman triple. That cost him a run on a sac fly.
That was a big deal.
Gleyber Torres botching the Soto throw to second on the Ohtani double. He got to third base. He then scored on a sac fly. So the defense let him down. And then Aaron Judge, man, I love you, but you got to hit. I mean Soto raised his game. Stanton, again last night, raises his game to the moment. Aaron Judge is hitting 150 over his last 3 playoffs. He's got to hit, man. These moments are going to continue to find him. And until he comes through, this narrative, which is no longer a narrative, it's a fact until he proves otherwise, that he's not a big game hitter. I mean, that's a fact until he proves that he could come through.
Absolutely, until he can prove otherwise. Just looking at him at the plate last night, just swinging away. I mean, it's like he got the Jolly Green Giant at the plate there, just trying to hit bombs into the parking lot. I don't know what to say about it. I mean, I love Judge. I'm a huge fan, but they gotta win tonight. If they don't win tonight, this is going to be over very quick.
Yeah, I mean, look, there's been teams that have come back down 2-0 before, but you don't want to put yourself in that spot. You got to
versus this team.
No,
not versus this Dodgers team.
You got to get a split. You got to get a split. You got to go out there and win tonight and
split it and come back to the Bronx. What do you think's happening with our Jets tomorrow, Jake?
Sonny, I think they win, but I can't in good faith bet the Jets to win and cover right now. I think they win, but it could be an ugly one. Wouldn't surprise me if it's like 20-13 Jets. I hope the Jets kill them. I do. It's just they haven't given me any reason to think they're going to. I'll say Jets win 20-13. I do think they win, but it's not going to be a game we point to, I feel like, and we're talking about, wow, they answered the bell and they looked great. And now it's like we could believe again. Like, they win, great. You'll be happy. I'll be at the game on Thursday against the Texans. And by the way, to all the Asmaniacs who bought tickets for that game, we unfortunately will not be able to tailgate at L5. L5 is not doing a tailgate. Something came up last minute. So for those of you who are going to that game, we linked up with Gotham City crew, and we're doing a tailgate with them in their awesome setup. There's food, beer, hard liquor, a photo booth, games, a DJ. And if you're an Asmaniac, check the Discord or the Patreon. I put in the info how you could use a special promo code. So instead of paying $70 for their all-inclusive tailgate, you only have to pay $55. So this gives us a chance to still have everyone together in one spot. So thank you to Claudio and everyone over at Gotham City Crew, Lou, for making it happen. I think it's Lot JE or Lot J. But I have all the info in the Discord for those who are coming to that game. It'll be a lot of fun. Lot J3 is where they are. Sonny says, Jake, where's Billy's located? Right across the street from the stadium. Great spot. I was thinking about going there again tonight, but they lost last night, so I don't want to be there again. Gotta switch up the location tonight. Harvey says, smash the like button. Amen. Let's see. My Holy King, what's wrong with the Yankees? Well, it's one game, right? It's very discouraging. If they don't win tonight, we're going to lament blowing game one. I mean, they were an out and away. They were an out and away. And once Nestor got Ohtani, you're thinking, okay, please, please. And then you didn't have really any time to, like, process it. Because it happened so quick. I mean, Nestor threw 2 pitches and boom, game was over. Never should have been out there. I mean, Tim Hill has been nails this whole playoff run. And you're going to Cortez when he hasn't pitched since September 18th? It's 37 days ago. Jake Quest says, Jake, did you hang out with Keith McPherson last night? And if so, did you ask about Knoble? I did not even see him, so no. I did not. I did not even see Keith. Was he there? Comments, questions, super chats. We'll cut the line. I got open phone lines if anyone wants in on the conversation. Jesus Jerry with a super chat. He'll cut the line. Thanks for helping pay for tonight's dinner, Jerry. It'd be such a Jet thing for opponents to keep grabbing ass catches and interceptions and us drop, fumble, miss blocks with penalties. Can't get worse. I'm sure things will turn. Well, if they can't turn against this team tomorrow, what are we talking about? Got to win this game. Cactus Johnny says, what's wrong with the Yankees is they're not playing the AL Central anymore. Yeah, I mean, the Dodgers are obviously a step up in competition. They're the best team in the National League. You know, that said, the Yankees played them well last night. They did. There were just a couple moves here or there that cost them. They pitched great last night. Cole was awesome. Thought he should have been left in there. Didn't think it was the right move to go to Cortez. I thought Tim Hill should have been the guy. I don't think anyone's questioning Aaron Boone today if he went with Tim Hill in that spot. That's why he's here. You know, but it's one game. It's a best of 7. Dano writes in, did anyone know that the term seasonal depression was coined from a Jet fan? Ha! I mean, would that surprise you? That wouldn't surprise me. No way. Hey, quick reminder. Another way you could support me if you're a fan of my work and want me to continue doing the show full time is to join my Patreon by heading over to patreon.com/Jake Asman Show. For less than a cup of coffee a month, you'll get bonus shows every month that are not on YouTube. You'll get Discord access. You'll find out about special listener events before the general public. You'll find out when the show starts every day, by the way. I make sure to update everyone there. You'll get 15% off every item in the merch store and much more. So check it out, patreon.com/Jake Asman Show. Want to give a shout out to listener Paul Kubrick and Joseph Navarro for being our 2 most recent Patreon subscribers. Henny in the house with a super chat. We are good. Devontae identified the problem. One of the great speeches ever by Devontae Adams will resurrect the Jet season. A speech so great, they are already saying it is better than the Gettysburg Address. They're calling it the Gettysburg Address. Right, Brick?
Let's get Brick up.
So they say. Boomtown wants to know, Jake, how is your Circa Fantasy League going in a playoff spot? It's going. You know, we've dealt with some injuries. We've dealt with some ups and some downs, but right now we're 4-3 right now, and we would be in a playoff spot. Dirty is 7-0. He's got the best team in the league. Eric Soretti's 6-1 in the league. Clancy's 4-3. Kyle Clifton's 4-3. I'm 4-3. Rat Diddy 3-4. Tony D 3-4. Andrew Kennedy 3-4. Lasso 3-4. Cincy Matt 2-5. Nicholas Walls, Saint Nick for those of you in the Discord, 2-5. And Dark Knight Steve, him and his dear brother Joe, 1-6. Last chance to get in. Super Chats will cut the line here. Bo with a Super Chat. If we can only get Devontae to identify all the rest of the issues, the Gettysburg Address. He's here now, baby. He's here to save the season. Look, Lindor's player meeting saved the Mets season. Maybe Devontae's speech will save the Jets season. Herm said you play to win the game when the Jets were 2-5 in 2002. They won the division that year. Haven't done it since. We can only hope Devontae's answer will be great. Will be well received and will spark the team. Bobby's Gray Nuts writes in, what a name. Yankees fans are surprised they lost that they're playing a team that's good. I don't think we're surprised we lost. It's that you had them beat. And there were some questionable decisions that were made in this game that prevented you winning. And also, Yankees should have scored more runs than they did, man. I mean, Aaron Judge missed a pitch in his last at-bat after they walked Soto intentionally, which was the right move, that August Judge hits out of the stadium. His timing's off. He's pressing. Starts with him, man. Like, Austin Wells looks lost. Okay, fine. He's a catcher. He's in there for his defense, too. The Judge has got to hit. The moments will keep finding him. And I would move Stanton up in the order so we could get in that bat in the first inning now. Giancarlo Stanton is a playoff god right now. No one's even surprised he hit that moonshot last night. It's what he does. This guy's a big game player. It's the opposite of Judge. So I would swap Judge and Stanton in the lineup. You got to get Stanton more at-bats in the first inning. But, you know, they won't win unless Aaron Judge produces. They need him. Looked like he was starting to come out of it against Cleveland. He had a good game, too. He had the home run off Clase in game 3. But they need more from him. John says, what time does the tailgate start on Thursday? The tailgate starts at 4 p.m. for those coming to the Gotham City tailgate. All the info, John, is in the Discord. Food menu, drink menu, everything you can expect. More of your calls before we wrap. The neighborhood is on the line here. Neighborhood Brown Truck Jets fan, to be exact. Hello, sir.
Yo, Jake, what up, bro?
What's up, man?
How you been, man?
I'm all right. You know, Jets stink. Yankees lost a heartbreaker. Ask me how I am in, about 8 hours from now.
Yeah, I know. I know. Yo, bro, I got some more to take off my chest, bro, from the last time we spoke. I know everyone's calling me the delusional fan. I got to work. Everyone's saying, yo, you're fucking crazy. Yo, put your toes down onto earth. But, Jake, listen, man. Like you just said not too long ago, when they went on that run, they were 2-5 back then, right? It could be possible, right? That's number one. Yes, Devontae has been here for 5 minutes, and he gave this speech, and everyone's saying, why nobody else said this? But let me say something. Brick, he just came in, bro. He's good. He knows how to get the dog out of these guys. He's going to bring them to life. Salah didn't do shit for us. He just stayed there, stood there. If they were good or bad, same face reaction. You know what I mean? So we have now a coach. That's number one. Number two, we have now Reddick. That kid Mayo is going to be running for his fucking life, bro. McDonald already, how many games in? He has 8 sacks. I can't even imagine what he's going to have by the end of the year. That's another thing. And I understand, this game coming up, bro, I could throw my 4-year-old to be a coach, to be a quarterback in there, and we're not worried about the Patriots. The test is against Houston, and from there on, we're going to be undefeated. We're going to make history. I know I'm delusional, like everyone says, but it will happen, bro. It will happen. I got the Devontae Adams jersey just came in today. I'm ready, bro. I'm ready, and I'm ready to see history go down and have everyone. I'm going to have the last laugh. Remember that. There's guys on my route pounding me at work. The whack Giants fans. Johnny from 1010. Your Giants are fucking hot buns. The Bills. Everyone's telling us, all right, yeah, it's the Bills that we got to worry about. Oh, Miami's coming back with Tula. But he's going to need more than his guardian cap. He's going to need guardian angels watching out for him.
I don't even want to hear, though, about the other teams in the division till the Jets start winning games. Like, who cares about Miami right now? They have their own problems. Who cares about Buffalo? You just had a chance to beat them. You didn't. You know? You're delusional right now. I hope you're right, though. But there's no evidence to support it. It's just blind hope. Like, you have nothing to support the fact that they're going to be good or they're going to win games. You know, they have an easy schedule and they have a lot of talent, but it hasn't meant anything so far. So we'll see. But I like the positivity. I hope you're right. Believe me. I don't see it, but I'd love to be wrong. Bonesy in the house. I'm still touched by the speech. Joe Douglas sent me the video. It was beautiful. Definitely will start the win streak. I'm Neil confident. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Also, Mr. Bonesy not being at Alden's yesterday when King Lowski was in town. Tough. Tough. Joe Bonesy was there, though. All right, last chance to get in. Click the Gusbuster hotline link pinned in the comments if you want in on the conversation. Another reminder that the postgame show will not start until after 8 p.m. tomorrow because I'm hosting from 4 to 8 p.m. on ESPN New York. So if you want my immediate thoughts on Jets Patriots, download the ESPN New York app or listen on 8:80 a.m. You'll hear me from 4 to 8 talking Jets, Yankees, and all things NFL. Ladies and gentlemen, there's 266 people in here and only 87 likes. Can we get some likes? Let's get over 100. Click the like button. More importantly, subscribe to the channel. Thanks to everyone who helped us reach 39,700 yesterday. Let's get to 40K. We're about 300 away from that. Let's say hi to Will, who's next. Hey, Will.
Hey, Jake. How you doing?
What's up, Will?
I've been watching you forever, man, and I'm a longtime Jets fan, and this season has probably hurt me more than any Jets season ever. I still have hope. My question is this. If the Jets lose this game, God forbid, is it full rebuild mode? Like, will we see Aaron Rodgers, Devontae Adams next season? Will they try and run with this same crew again? Or is it going to be stripped down for parts? Is this the last stand? If they lose to the Pats, are we looking at a quarterback draft? Are we looking at a full strip down?
I don't know if it's a full strip down, but the team will look radically different next year. You'll have a new GM. You have a new coach. I would think Rodgers is not here, right? Because like how much worse is it going to get if you start, 2-6? I mean, I guess it really would depend on what the final record ends up being and how Rodgers looks down the stretch. But I mean, at that point, what are we really talking about, right? Like if you couldn't beat the Patriots, like you need to start over. I'm
having so much existential dread because it would be so Jets for Drake May to have his like breakout performance, right? Like, oh, Drake May has arrived. He puts up 30 points against the Jets. Last one more thing, and then I'll get out of here. Also, I love your show. Do you think that they're saying that there's no more big moves before the deadline? If the Jets win, do you think that they'll go after another safety, not a big name, but just someone to be a little bit more competitive at that position?
Not at safety, I don't. I could see them maybe trying to add a defensive tackle to help improve the run defense, but I really don't see any other moves coming at this point. I think they need to win the next two because then you would have some time before the deadline on November 5th. These next two games will decide if they're going to do anything else to try and potentially improve the team.
All right. Thanks, Jake.
Well, I appreciate it, man. Good call. Nice to hear from a first-time caller there. Love it. Mike D's nuts in the house. I think we all could use this. D's nuts. Ladies and gentlemen, we are seeking channel memberships. Hit the join button and become an official Asmaniac if you haven't already. Last chance to get in. Comments, questions, super chats. Gator in the house. Gator, by the way, confirmed to me today that he will be at Jet Texans next week. So you can meet Gator McCluskey if you're coming to the game. Does anyone really think this team can go 8-2? I don't. At this point, I'd be shocked if we beat the Pats. Impossible for this battered Jet fan to be optimistic. You'd be shocked if they won tomorrow, Gator? I don't think it's that bleak. Now, I don't think they're going to go on this run. I don't see it. But do I think they're going to win tomorrow, I do. I just think it could be an ugly win, like 20-13. You'll take it, but, I don't think we should be celebrating that. You just got to go 1 week at a time. There's really no game on the schedule they can't win, but you got to just 1 week at a time. Get a win, get to Thursday. If you can somehow win that, you get 9 days to get a little healthy and get ready for Arizona and Indy. 2 winnable games. You'll be favored in both, probably. Jquest says, Garrett gets 24 touchdowns tomorrow and proves Dre right all along. Trust the process. I would like that. Charles says, Jake, you're amazing. Thank you, Charles. So are you, I think. I don't know you, but I have my faith in you. Dano says, who are your 2 full-time defensive ends and where are they lined up? I mean, it's Reddick and it's Will McDonald. I would play Will McDonald where he's been playing. I know Reddick is more times than not on that side. Don't care. Will McDonald's been here. He's got 8 sacks. Let him keep lining up where he's been lining up. Reddick plays on the other side. That's what I would do. I don't think Reddick's going to be a full-time defensive end yet, though. He's probably going to have, 20 to 25 plays tomorrow? Roger says, Jets are set up for the big same old Jet disappointment. They are, because they'll probably win tomorrow, and then they'll lose to Houston. We'll get our hopes up, and it'll be like, and I'm not falling for it. I'm not. Like, I'm fully expecting the Jets to not beat the Texans when they play on Thursday. I would love to be wrong, but I'm not falling for it. This team has given me no reason. They can beat New England, great. Go beat Houston, and then we'll talk. They do that, I'll start to be like, okay, you won 2 in a row? Hey, there's a path to actually being 6-5 at your bye week. Go get it done. The crime in it all is Houston's not that good. Obviously, they're better than the Jets right now. That's not saying much, but go look at their offense right now. They got a lot of problems in Houston. They really do. Texans have not been as good as what their record would say they are. That's why I laugh. Oh, you are what your record says you are. No, you're not. There's always context to it. They got some problems. But I'll worry about that next week. Joe says, what are we drinking to celebrate tomorrow? We're celebrating a Jet win over the Pats. I mean, I'll have some Kentucky bourbon from Custom Bourbon Tours on the postgame show, but that's about it. Now, if the Yankees win tonight, then I'll have the good stuff. Got to even up this World Series. Sean says, geez, giving up already. There's 10 games left. I don't know if anyone's giving up. It's just being realistic, man. I'm not giving up just yet. But if they lose tomorrow, forget it. Can they win tomorrow to kind of extend the season to Houston? Give us a couple more days. Joe believes this will be an incredible comeback season. Look, this will be one of the most insane and joy-inducing seasons if they go from 2-5 and make the playoffs and end this drought. Obviously, you brought in Rodgers to do more than just make the playoffs, but at this point, just ending this playoff drought is paramount if you could still do it, which feels unlikely, but once again, we led the show with reasons for hope. It's still there. Last chance to get in on the show. Ladies and gentlemen, joining us right now is V-Man.
It's time for another V-Man call. Hopefully he's not on the toilet.
Hey, Jake, what's up? How you doing?
Hello, V-Man.
Man, what a bummer of a game last night. Yeah? And I was watching that game coming back from my great aunt's wake. So it's like what was Boone doing going to Cortez?
It boggles the mind because Tim Hill is literally there for that exact scenario, and he has been nails in these playoffs. So I couldn't believe he was going to Nestor.
Was he doing his best Dave Roberts impression?
Feels like it.
That's what it feels like. I mean, just frustrating. Like they had that game, and I think the problem with Judge is that he's overthinking everything. I think he just thinks that he needs, because that he has that C on his chest, that he's got to be like Jeter and have the big hit moments. But the thing is, let it come to you. Don't go looking for it. That's how you're gonna get the big hit. You don't look for it; it comes to you.
Yeah, he's putting too much pressure on himself, man. He knows that he needs to deliver, and I thought him making the World Series would alleviate some of that pressure. Like, you take a breath, like, okay, we're here. Now, now I can go play, but, he hasn't hit. And look, it's only one game. There's still time for him to turn around this series, but this is a pattern now for a while of him not being a good playoff hitter, and he's got to be better.
Yeah, no, he's got to be better, absolutely, And on the Jets thing, I agree that, let's hope they can win this game. I just came back, like I said, from my great aunt's wake. It was a beautiful service. My cousin did a wonderful job of laying her out. Wonderful, wonderful woman who helped a huge part of raising my life. So, big Yankees fan. Every morning she would eat cereal in the same tattered New York Yankees shirt. Every morning she would wear that same shirt while eating breakfast. Big Yankees fan. I wanted to win this series for her. But getting back on the Jets, like I said, they got to win this. You have to win this. You already beaten the Patriots. This is not a good Patriots team. This is a really bad team, and you've already beaten them. You should have no trouble beating this team, but you just have to get their. They got to just not just start strong, but finish strong in this game. If they want to win, because it's a division game. They're always going to be tighter.
B-Man, just win, baby.
That's the end of that V-Man call. Now he can go back to sleeping.
Thank you, V-Man. Let's see. Sean says, Allen is so annoying, even Jesus himself would pinch him in the face. Yeah, I can see that. You mean pinch or punch? Dano wants to know. Ladies and gentlemen, Kyle Clifton is back. Hello, Kyle.
Less ghost-like or more ghost-like than yesterday?
You look as much like Casper as we've ever seen.
Okay, cool. That's the look I'm going for. So I don't know if you've read the rules for Circuit League. The playoff seedings are kind of weird. It's the two top records head-to-head and the two top point totals. So I think that both you and I are on the outside looking in right now. It might be Dirty, Soretti, Tony D, and Diddy, I think. That's where we kind of stand. I wanted to set the record straight. Because
not that Diddy, just so people know. But
no, we're not in the same league as the Diddy, Rat Diddy. But yeah, that's where I think we stand right now, and things are really subject to change. Tomorrow's a must win. Have a great time at the at T Social.
Kyle, appreciate it, man. Must win is right. T Squared Social, baby, we'll be there. If you've never been to a watch party, you're like, man, I got a Sunday afternoon. What should I do? Do I really want to go and watch the Jets? It's been so bad. The answer is yes, because we'll have fun either way. I promise.
The official, in case the timeout was needed, it wasn't, because Hall's taken off to the end zone, in for the touchdown. The pressure. Rodgers knows where to go with it. Breece Hall on the run. Hall into the secondary. Past the tackler at the 20. Breece Hall inside the 10. Challenge. He dropped the flag before he could throw it, so Rodgers instead runs the play, and it's a touchdown to Conklin.
I got the link in the description for the free RSVP. Join me and Joe B. Joe Beninga will be in the building tomorrow at T Squared Social watching the Jets with us. So looking forward to that. Hit the like button if you're just tuning in. Make sure you subscribe to the channel as well. NYJ writes in, the challenge fail was the best moment of the game. Yeah, even when the Jets score a touchdown, it can't look clean.
Let's not drop the challenge flag.
That's what I mean, though. Ulbrich now, normal week. Maybe he'll get better. He's settled in. Helps that you're playing a bad team tomorrow. And not the Bills or not Mike Tomlin for your first 2 games as a head coach in the league. Got to win tomorrow, though. There's nothing to talk about with the Jets if they can't beat the Patriots tomorrow. Curtis Martin fan, has there ever been a fight at the meetups? There has not been, because we are a community of love. We're not fighters. The Asmaniacs all get along. Now, if Allen showed up, we would fight him, but he has not shown up yet. My Holy King says, win, win, win. Amen. Adam is too cool, says 200 yards for Devontae. Get ready. That'd be nice. Rick says, why would there be a fight at a meetup? Well, if Allen showed up, there might be, but that hasn't happened. Larry says, Ulbrich's been practicing the flag toss all week. I'm confident he will challenge like a pro. I agree. I think Ulbrich will nail the challenge toss tomorrow if need be. Hawk says, I even got hugs at the tailgate. You know, it's a good group. Yeah, Hawk, I enjoyed meeting you, man. I thought you were going to suck, but no. I enjoyed meeting you at the home opener. You're a good guy. Blue Nose says, hey, Jake, love the channel. Thank you, Blue Nose. I appreciate that. Thanks to everyone who supports this channel, man. You guys make it all possible. Roger says, I have more faith in Kotite at 1-15 than these F-troop pointing fingers Fakawi. I don't even know what this means, but okay. I would say this team is better than the Kotite Jets. I would. Ladies and gentlemen, it has been a wild show. Gator writes in, I'll be giving out free hugs Thursday at Jet Life. Yes, you can meet Gator and get a hug from Gator in person. He will be in the building. He'll be tailgating with us with Gotham City crew. Once again, for those tuning in late, I apologize to those who wanted to go to the Jersey Burn at L5. L5 had something come up, so they're not doing a full-on tailgate for next Thursday, but we were able to have a partnership with Gotham City crew. They're giving all my listeners a discounted rate to those who are doing the group buy. Instead of $70, it's only $55. And it's all-inclusive food, drink, games, DJ, photo booth. So that'll be a lot of fun. And we'll still have an opportunity for all of us to be together. In fact, I'll even highlight it on the show right here. I got this graphic that they sent me to use to promote. So, the haunted tailgate, baby. Here it is. Live DJ, food, beverages, games. It's going to be fun. Tom wants to know will there also be butt cheek slaps. There could be, Tom. Hey, Mike, I want to slap your butt cheeks. Best FAN prank calls to Francesa ever, the butt cheek calls back in the day. Garrett Jet Nation, who I met last night at Billy's. Great meeting you last night, brother. Pops loved the sticker. Love that, man. Thanks for saying hello, Garrett. It was funny. Garrett spotted me at Billy's, and he said that his dad and him are big fans of the show. I happen to have in my jacket some extra Jake Asman Show stickers from the last meetup we did. So I gave him a couple. Nice to meet you, Garrett. Thanks for saying hello. All right, potentially one last call before we wrap. Ladies and gentlemen, joining us right now is someone who was not at Alden's yesterday when King Lowski was in the house. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Bonesy.
The only thing better than Alden's shoes is Joey D. Cozy totally rules. Jake, my brother, I'm high as a kite. I love everybody. Damn, this show is crazy.
Jake, my brother.
Bonesy.
I'm still upset, man, that I missed Lowski. That's a L for me.
I'm glad that Joe Bonesy got to meet him though.
Thank God. But he also met the other worker there with Joe Bonesy. Maybe that'll explain why sometimes I don't call in from work. Because you could ask Lowski about who he met. It was good, but I missed him today. But Lowski, thanks for stopping by. I love you. And I just want to talk about my blind faith. I hope my internet's okay. I'm in the car, but I pulled over, so hopefully you can hear me. Why not have blind faith while we can before the season's over? With Rodgers, maybe this game he could not re-injure that quad, and we can kind of get that hamstring. We can kind of get back to him moving out of the pocket and playing like himself, because the past 3 games he's been, catered to that pocket, and that's why you haven't seen like the best Rodgers, the best version of him. And I would love to see a couple of our stars make some plays. I'd love to see Brees Hall and run someone over. I love Brees, but he's making me feel like he's too finesse. Like he has these long runs and he doesn't I want to channel his inner Kareem Hunt. Just run someone over.
The Bonesy internet. This wasn't good enough, unfortunately. Tough. But we love you, Bonesy. Drub Kappa says, I think things could turn around if Rodgers gets off the Waska and pulls his head out of the bong. Their problems are so much deeper than Aaron Rodgers. Now, he's got to play a lot better than he did against Pittsburgh, for sure. But I thought he played a really good game against Buffalo, and they still lost. Every week it's been something different. They gotta just all play better. Your best players need to play like your best players. Can we get a big Sauce game tomorrow? Can we get a big Quinnen game tomorrow? Can we get a big Garrett game tomorrow? That's what you're gonna need to win. And you should be this team. There's no excuse. Dave going up and in on Bonesy, calling him Organization Man. Organization Man Bonesy probably still wants Douglas no matter what. The big fella in the house with a super chat. Ladies and gentlemen, I think we're going to do some chicken parm tonight for dinner. And big fella, your super chat is going to the chicken farm fund. Let's go. If Zerline misses any kick tomorrow, we have to go for 2 on everything. We need to beat the hell out of the Pats. No excuses. I agree. If Zerline misses 1 easy field goal tomorrow, he shouldn't be the kicker for Thursday. He's kicking for his job tomorrow. You could argue he's kicking for his job right now. I mean, he was bad last week. He had a kick blocked. It's enough. Drub Cabra says, JD has done nothing to deserve the support he gets from fans and Woody. I mean, to say he's done nothing is disingenuous. I think he gets a little too much praise at times. I've said that. I've been someone who said from the beginning, even before they ended up firing Saleh, that either both are here or both should go. I don't think it should be one or the other. And right now, I'm not comfortable letting Joe Douglas hire another coach. No thanks. This team's got to show some serious improvement down the stretch for me to even consider that. Ladies and gentlemen, hit the like button if you're just arriving. More super chats coming through the pipelines, baby. Tyrone with a super chat here that reads, thanks, Jake, for the positive show. We need to keep hope alive. Go Jets, I believe. Look, until they're out of it, just root for wins and hope for the best. I mean, they should win tomorrow. It's not implausible that they could win Thursday. It's really not. It's a short week. You're at home. You beat this Texans team last year. There's things I could point to. They got to do it. It's easy to talk about these things, but there's 10 games left. Like, I don't want to just sit here and be like, season's over. Like, nothing matters. Like, it probably will end up not being a playoff season, but, the last 4 years and 5 of the last 6 years has been a 2-5 team that has made the postseason in the NFL. Doesn't feel like the Jets are a playoff team right now, but I'd imagine any of those 2-5 teams in 5 of the last 6 years, they if they had content creators doing shows, or their fans weren't being like, yeah, we're going to make the playoffs. Like, the Packer fan didn't think they were making the playoffs a year ago. No way. I remember what the conversation was. Is Jordan Love a bust? One game at a time. Doesn't guarantee anything, but one game at a time. Gator says, if we win tomorrow, we only need to go 7-2. Yeah. Tomorrow, you better win tomorrow. Tony in the house. He says, new drinking game. Jets fans take a shot every time Zerline misses a kick. Man, it's sad what's happened to Zerline. If they got last year's Greg the Leg, they'd have 2 more wins right now. Even with how bad other areas of this team have been and the concerns you would still have, you would take the 2 wins right now. You'd be alive. You'd feel good. You'd be in first place. Think about that. One of your wins was against the Bills. Crazy. Janergy says, keep the faith alive. Janergy, I'm expecting you to be at T-Squared tomorrow. We need that 4% female demo that you represent to be in the house. I actually do know some Lady Jet fans who will be there tomorrow. So we should have a nice turnout tomorrow despite the 2-5 record. NYJ says, Greg should be kicking for his job just like he's been kicking this fan base in the ass. True. The Sanchez Glizzy Gobbler writes in, our season relies on the most famous South Park quote, I didn't hear no bell. It feels bleak now, but a win to stabilize things is where it all starts. $25 in the house. Gonna be a good event. Can't wait to meet you. That's right. 25 will be there. 25. Maybe Tammy will sing that song in person if she can make it. Boomtown wants to know, who are these lovely ladies you speak of, Jake? Oh, you'll find out, Boom. Speaking of which, where's Charles Gorman at? He hasn't called the show in a while. I know he posted a YouTube video that he was under the weather last week. I saw that, but we haven't had Gorman on the team in a while. We need him on the show. Ladies and gentlemen, the big fella is next on the program today. Hello, big fella.
Hey, what's up? How's it going?
Hang it in, brother.
Yeah, me too. I have something I want to say. The Texan game. I have one ticket for the Asmaniac hookup thing, and I want to give it to somebody because my wife wanted to go, so I had one ticket for me, but then I bought 2 more tickets. So she and I can go together. So I want to give it to somebody.
That's great. I guess it's right in the Discord, right? I mean, some of them might want it.
Yeah. All right.
That's very nice of you, big fella.
Yeah, that's all right, man. So what's going on? I had to take like a week off after my blow up on Bobby's show. So,
Did you blow up on Bobby's show? I didn't hear about this.
Yeah, I blew up on Bobby's show. Me and Gary went at it. And
really? Well, good, man. I mean, Gary's,
No. I crossed my own line, and I don't like cursing people out. So,
sorry, it really was a blowout, is what you're saying.
Yeah. So, I had to take it easy, but but like I said, Zerline better not miss anything, or else we should be going for 2 on everything.
SEAL Team 75, assemble.
The Clapping Seals, they're alive and well in the chat.
Yeah. So, yeah, that was appropriate. But yeah, that game last night with the Yankees and everybody watching and everybody in the friggin' in the stadium, everyone knew Freeman was going to hit a grand slam off Nestor. Everybody knew. except for Boone. What was that? You know, I mean, Nestor should not have seen the field. You know, I don't know.
And I love Nestor. It's gutty that he's even on the playoff roster. And, how do you not love him if you're a Yankee fan? You respect him. But that's not his spot. That should not be his spot. His first time pitching in 37 days in the 10th inning against, the heart of the Dodger lineup there. Hall of Famers, future Hall of Famers. Like, to me, that's crazy. That's why Tim Hill's here. He's been awesome for you. Like, that's Tim Hill's inning right there.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I didn't agree with Boone's loading the bases. I mean, go up against Betts. I know Betts is really good, but, I mean, you're going to put the tying and winning runs, at second base. That you can't do that. You got to pitch these guys. That was BS. So hopefully tonight we get a better result.
Need some runs, man. Judge got to wake up.
He can't just rely on Stanton every game.
No, I'm more disappointed in Judge than the Nestor decision, to be honest with you. I mean, Judge had so many opportunities last night to have an impact on this game, and he couldn't do it, and they need him.
Why did they take Glaber out at the end?
Defense, right? And I know Cabrera ultimately didn't make that play, but he's a better second baseman than Glaber is.
Yeah, all right. I don't know. It just seemed like a lot of things were out of whack last night, But seems that's the way it is with all New York sports these days. So, what are you gonna do? Basketball season's up. Is going. Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Hang in there, big fella. You have a good night, all right?
Yeah, you too, man. You too. Take care, man. Have a good one.
Ladies and gentlemen, the great big fella back on the show. I gotta go revisit the tape of big fella going in on Gary. Love it. Gary's just the worst.
I'm not going to do the clapping seal impression.
What do you mean?
I do want to, but I'm not going to do it. Because Gator's going to use it out of context, and then it's going to go viral, and then I'm going to have to look at it forever.
Gary calling everyone in the chat 75 IQ clapping seals. Incredible. Sonny writes in, Jake, I feel it's going to turn around now because Devontae has discovered the problem and then delivered the world's best speech, and Olbrich said, we need love and joy. Look, it's one of the greatest speeches ever. Move over Herb Brooks. Move over MLK. Move over JFK. Here's Devontae Adams. Ladies and gentlemen, we will see if the internet will cooperate this time. We say hello to Mr. Bonesy. Hello, Bonesy.
Hey, I pulled over in a high 5G spot, so let's see if it works a little better. Dave's saying of course I'm a Joe Douglas truther because I am someone who is not I don't think grass is greener on the other side. We've struggled through a lot of years. I'm not ready for a rebuild personally. I can see the reasonings behind that, but I am not ready to suck and do a whole rebuild of people forget how we go back and just look at some of the drafts by the NFL, other teams during the first round and our first round draft picks, or Joe Douglas made a lot of moves in the past that we forget about, like Leonard Williams in a contract year and he gets a third rounder. He's done, of course he's had his failings, but he's done a lot of good as well. And I get where we're doing so bad. It's not working out, but it's tough for me to want to go to a rebuild. And that's where blind hope, kneel praying that we could turn this around. Because normally we had the quarterback to blame and the defense that was playing solid. And now we're decimated on injuries on defense. And Aaron Rodgers isn't healthy and shit ain't going good. So our locker room feels like they have glass jaws. They fold under pressure. Our stars aren't starring. We've been waiting for Sauce to make an impact. Quinnen played a little better last week from what I saw, but he's not enough game-changing plays. I need a little something. I need more from these stars that like right now, how could you want to give Sauce $30 million? He's a great cover corner, but he looks like he can't tackle and he holds a lot, and you know, he's kind of making me nervous. We're going to dump 30 million into a corner. Like, you're starting to question everything. Like, I feel like Jermaine and Garrett, I still want to keep. Plus, I'm a little, oh shit. Well, anyway, I'll stop complaining because I'm normally Mr. Positive, and I think this speech did it, man. It's the Rocky IV speech, the Al Pacino speech, and then there was Devontae's. So let's see what happens, Jake. Let's go, baby. We're still in it.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Bones.
Let's get bricked up.
If the Jets lose to the Patriots, we're retiring the bricked up video. It's over. It's our last chance to play it. I mean, I think the Jets will win tomorrow. I don't have a lot of faith it's going to be like a great looking performance. Like I have the Jets winning 20-17. You know, take the win, but I don't know if you feel great about it, but prove me wrong, man. Go dominate. Go dominate this team, build some confidence, and then give us some reasons to be encouraged going into Houston, where you have a chance to win that game. And then all of a sudden you've won 2 in a row. Doesn't feel as crazy to be 6-5 at the bye if you're on a 2-game winning streak, right? And you could beat Arizona. You'll probably be a favorite in that game. You'll be definitely a favorite at home against Indy. I pray to God they flex it out of Sunday night, but we'll see. Roger writes in, Snobby Midnight is upset that I offended some of the 5 people who were on the podcast at the wait. What are you talking about, Roger? I'll call Bobby Midnight Snobby Midnight. How dare you? That's our guy. Oscar writes in, Jake, can you imagine this whole speech was just made up and it was some more Jets propaganda the PR team pushed out there in hopes of swaying the fans to get those season tickets for next year? Ha. I think it actually happened, but that is funny to think about. It's always something, man. It's like, oh, lose to the Vikings, fire Robert Saleh. Oh, lose to the Bills, trade for Devontae Adams. Lose to the Steelers, here's Hassan Reddick and Devontae's speech. This is the week it clicks, though, baby. Sean says 20-17, 35-16 more likely. I'm saying 20-13 Jets win. 35-16, I'll take that too. Man, Jets put up 35 points. That'd be nice. I see Alan wrote, what's Garrett Wilson worth? I think Garrett's contract is probably similar to what Jalen Waddle just got from the Dolphins. I think that's a good comp. That's what I would guess. Cactus Johnny, what will we honestly do if we don't win tomorrow? Well, then I think you have the last bit of anger from the fan base, and then it's just apathy. That's the last place you want to be if you're an organization. You never want your fans to just not care. Like, Jet fans, we still care. We're still angry. But you'll get to a point where it's just like, that's it. Like, you don't even care anymore. Like, the pain, it's not even anger anymore. It's just apathy. That's the worst place to be if you're a sports franchise, when your fans just lose interest. Oscar the Grouch says Roger F is going to get his butt on the stick. Absolutely. Bobby will put his ass on a stick so fast. Blue Nose says Yanks really need to see if Posada's available the rest of the series. Posada? How about Mariano Rivera, man? Be nice to have a closer last night, huh? If you could add one all-time Yankee to this team, it's Mariano. Yeah, you could argue Jeter. You could argue A-Rod, right? Especially if you're getting 09 A-Rod. Yeah, but if you can only add like one Yankee over the last 25 years to this team, it's Mo. Sean says, after Devontae's speech, they have to win. I mean, if they lose after that speech, it's going to be one of the biggest jokes ever. Paul says, if the Jets lose tomorrow, I might wear a paper bag over my head on Halloween. I wouldn't blame you. Maybe the Jets could dress up as a winning team on Thursday for Halloween. Win tomorrow and then dress up as a winning team against the Texans. Bunch of people in the chat saying Bernie Williams. Yeah, I mean, Bernie would be great, obviously. Clutch, great center fielder, would be awesome. Islip Jet fan says, I'm a New York City teacher who posts percentages of winning in the last 25 years. My middle school kids are ripping me this year. Please help me from getting off the ledge. You're a New York City teacher who posts the percentages of winning the last 20. What does that mean? I don't know if I follow that one. Can I help you get off the ledge? I mean, look, win tomorrow and prolong some hope for a couple extra days. That's the path. There's your getting off the ledge. Win tomorrow, stop the bleeding momentarily, and get ready for Thursday. That's all you could do. Super chat from Bo. He just got this one at the buzzer. I was about to end the show, man. I gotta get some food in me before this Yankee game. So, Bo, your super chat is going to the Jake Asman Dinner Fund. Thank you. Jake isn't here to coddle us because the team isn't playing well. He's angry like us, but I believe he bleeds green just like us. Tell it like it is. Well, yeah, I mean, I'm as angry as I've ever been about the Jets. I'm disgusted by them. You guys watch the show every day, you know. But I also know there's 10 games left, so, you know, before they're actually eliminated, before the season's actually over, we'll talk it through on how there's some scenarios for them to turn it around. What can they do to turn it around? Well, they benefit from an easy schedule. So win tomorrow, and we'll go from there. Dano says, better Chipotle in Houston or New York? Houston by far. You want to know why? Because this is a New York City problem, not necessarily a New York State problem. The Chipotles here always run out of ingredients. You go to Chipotle around dinner time in the city, there's a 50% chance it feels like they might not have a key ingredient, whether it's guac, whether it's sour cream. So I've had way less Chipotle since I moved back than I've ever had. Because you just don't get a guarantee of what you want every time. Be Serious says, how do I RSVP for the watch party tomorrow? I'm amazed you're asking this, but I will tell you. All you do is click the RSVP link that is in the description. In fact, I just put it in the live chat, Be Serious. So click it right there. David says, thanks for the show. Thanks for watching, David. I appreciate you, man. Blue Nose says, I'm talking about replacing Wells. Yeah, look, obviously, if you could replace Austin Wells with Posada, you do it in a second. I'm just saying, like, yeah, this question was asked. I saw it on social media. I forget who posted it. Otherwise, I'd give credit. It's like if you could add one Yankee over the last 25 years to this current Yankees team, who would it be? Like, it has to be Mariano. That's the number one answer. Tom Hayes, what watch party? Boomtown, anyone know of a good Jets meetup in New York tomorrow? Preferably one with lovely ladies. Oh, yeah. I probably just need to get a drop of Charles just saying, lovely ladies. Who's that lovely lady? Alan, was there a Dillas in Houston? I don't know what a Dillas is, so I don't think so. Gator says, what's the charge for the watch party and what is it? Free and at 12 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. MC, there's a watch party tomorrow. There is, in fact. It's at T-Squared Social, located next to Grand Central Station. Easy to get to if you're coming from Long Island, Westchester, Connecticut, Jersey. Tom says, do I need the RSVP? You do. It's free to attend. Just click the RSVP button. The Sanchez Glizzy Gobbler. You watching the Jets game at the watch party? Am I? Sco says, is there free food? Sco, if you show up again, I will make sure that I get you some food for free, all right? I'm buying you some food, Sco. Be serious. Looking forward to meeting you. Likewise. The Sanchez Glizzy Gobbler. Are you watching the Jets game at the watch party? Big fella. Who are the Pats playing tomorrow? I haven't been able to figure it out, man. Gator says, Alan, what are you asking? Yes, there is a dildo in your town. Look in the mirror. Great point. Probably point of the show. Tom A says, Gary Sanchez or Mark Sanchez? I could use a little Mark Sanchez in the lineup tonight, Tom. I don't know about you. Mr. Magoo says, I'll go with Jeter. He's always Mr. Clutch in the playoffs. Obviously, Jeter's never a bad answer, but I think it has to be Mariano. This team would have won last night if they had the greatest closer of all time. So that's why I say Mo. Mo would make games. I think a lot of younger Yankee fans don't even remember now. Mo would make playoff games 7 innings for the Yankees if they had a lead. Like, remember, Yankees lost game 1 of the World Series in 2009 as well. And then A.J. Burnett pitched 7 great innings in game 2, and Mo got 6 outs against the Phillies, and they won that game. I mean, to me, it's Mariano, without question. Anyway. Time to eat some dinner. Thank you all for your support. Reminder, post-game show is not starting right after the game tomorrow because I'm hosting from 4 to 8 p.m. on ESPN New York. Download the ESPN New York app to listen or put on 8:80 a.m. I will then get home, go live on YouTube, and we'll do the post-game show around 8 o'clock. 8:15-ish. So we'll talk about the game on the radio immediately after the game, and then we will be live on YouTube tomorrow night. So sorry for the delay, but radio comes first, and then we'll do the YouTube show after. I will see many of you tomorrow at T-Squared. Be there, or T-Squared. Looking forward to it. Win or lose, these watch parties are so much fun. It's always great to meet members of the community and hang out with the people who make this channel what it is. So looking forward to that. Beningo will be there as well, so that should be a doozy. So I can't wait for that one. Ladies and gentlemen, hope everyone has a great night. I will end the show with a message. A message that needs to be said. A message I proudly support. Let's go Yankees.
First, I got to ask you about the shop first. Try to put in the password Patreon. It's not working.
The password's actually Chicken Soup 2024. Rick got it right.
It's not working.
Make sure you put all caps for Chicken Soup 2024.
I did put it in all caps.
It's actually all lowercase then.
It's not working, Jake. I don't know what the hell it is.
My merch person just told me they changed the password again. Let me get it for you.
Oh, okay.
Ask her for the soup recipe.
She's not in the mood right now. She's talking to my dad.
By the way, the password is Dennis Gorman if you want to try that.
Is it all caps lock?
It's Dennis is all caps, Gorman is all lowercase.
It's not working.
Hey, I just got off the phone with my merch guy. It's Chicken Soup for Life. Try that, all caps.
It's not working either.
Are you serious? I'm going to have to fire this guy.
Chicken is spelled bleh.
How do you spell bleh? I think you're typing too fast.
Say, please try again.
This is unbelievable. All right, well, message me on the Discord later, and I'll get you in there when I figure this out. Charles, try one more password if you can. All caps, I want, WANT, chicken soup.
Say, please try again.
God damn. I'm sorry, man.
Don't worry about it, Jake. You know what? I'll probably come on another time, okay? Don't worry.
Look, I'm going to turn around.
Keep mooning us. There we go.
No. Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
I want to apologize for yesterday. I was trying to show off the name on my jersey, but my desk chair doesn't swivel. So I got up and I showed off my butt.
Who was that lovely lady?
That was Carly.
Oh. Anyway.
Yep. Charles, I think we talked about you calling in and chewing on the air again. You couldn't wait till after your call to eat. You talk to me and then you eat.
Anyway,
this is a great angle for you, Charles. Even better angle. Where are you calling us from?
Burger King in Hope Lawn.
What did you get?
A BK Raw Crispy Sandwich with Swiss cheese on it. No tomato. About to finish up my fries. I'm about to have a slice of birthday cake.
Very nice. Charles, I think you should give all your takes from this angle moving forward.
And I just saw a big fella's tweet. So I'm 5'11", 180 pounds, and I wear a large. And you're telling me he's got me by 100 pounds, and he only wears an extra large?
Gary, what do you care about what the fuck I'm wearing, bro?
I'm look, I'm a man of logic and reason. I'm 5'11", 180, I wear a large. You're 6'5".
Why does this guy care about what I'm wearing? It makes no sense. Why do you care?
You don't watch Curb Your Enthusiasm and someone says something like suspicious to Larry to kind of give him that look like, okay.
How is this suspicious, bro? What are you talking
about? 280. That's a big fella.
Dude, if I wore a 2X, it would be baggy on me because my body is different. Okay, not everybody's built the same.
I understand, but if you're 6'4", 280, that ain't all in your legs, bro. 6'4", 280 is a big boy.
I don't know why you give a shit what I look like. You got me a little upset right now, man.
I didn't mean to get you upset, big fella.
Gary, why do you make fun of Big Fella and his shirt? Maybe you're a weird person, a weird guy. A wiggle, beagle, beagle, deagle, deagle, beagle, deagle, deagle.
Oh, take that, you pesky Patriots fans.